Greetings my lovelies, it is so wonderful to see you again. Today's video is actually going to be a manga series review. It's a lovely short series. There's only 5 volumes in it altogether, and the main reason why I enjoyed it is because the protagonist is in her 30s. And as someone who is in my 30s, I'm here for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World. Let's go. I'm not quite sure where I heard about this book initially. I think it might have been TikTok, so if it is TikTok, thank you. This is a romance. The age group is 13 plus. I hesitate to call it an isekai. And for those who don't know, isekai is where someone from the modern world dies and they're reborn, typically in a novel that they are currently reading or some type of relationship game thing or whatever. Basically they go to another world and they're like the hero in that world. It's kind of the same, but our main character goes about it in a completely different way, and honestly, I'm here for it. So our main character is, and I apologize in advance for the pronunciation, I am going to try my best, Tsukina. She is a 30-something business worker who gets approached by a godlike figure, be like, hey, I want you to be the savior of my world. And at first she's like, no thank you. And he's like, wait, what? You're turning me down? No one's ever done that before. And she's like, well, don't you normally go for teenagers in this situation? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, well, that's why they never turn you down. They're idiots. No thank you. I'm good. Bye. Eventually, she agrees to do it under certain stipulations, which shows really kind of the difference between teenagers going to be the savior and an adult going to be the savior. One, she doesn't want to be a savior. She wants to live a quiet life, and she's going to use this as an opportunity to do something that she's never been able to do before. She will accept the responsibilities of the saviors, but she wants their savior mark hidden. It's like a little sigil thingy that shows who they are, and it's on the back of her head where no one can see it, except for when she does magic. And then she wants a talisman that allows her to create anything that she needs. And the guy's like, okay. He goes, well, I already have another savior here anyway. You're just like my backup. And she's like, cool, bet. And thus the story begins. So in this world, there's monsters, there's warring kingdoms, and a savior is something that is very well known. They come all the time, all different personalities, and like the god said, there was already one there. However, she's kind of useless. Whereas Kina is actually very practical in her approach to mastering her magic and her spell work, but she mostly just wants to live this simple life in a cafe. I want a book cafe now because of reading this. I think that is my dream life, other than being a fully supported author. But anyways, her love interest is Captain Ill, yes, that is his name, who's a sort of shy, quiet, introverted man who loves the books, and they bond over their collective love of books. He thinks that there's something suspicious about her and that she's hiding things because some of the magic that she's doing is like way too advanced for just like the average everyday person to do. But because she's just so nonchalant about her life and very simplistic, and she starts to rely less on the magic and more on her own like 2 hands to make things, he's like, okay, cool, whatever. And the series is basically her trying to maintain this peaceful life that she has while still doing the things that she needs to as a savior and keeping her identity of the savior hidden. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was sweet and refreshing, and my only complaint is that there's only 5 volumes for the manga. It is based off of a light novel series, but I don't think I'm going to read the light novel because I've read the manga, so why bother? The artwork in it is beautiful, not over the top, and honestly, like I said at the beginning of this video, it was very refreshing to have a protagonist that's level-headed, that's my age, and that wants kind of the same things that I want in life, which is a peaceful existence, settling down with someone that you love, and just existing in a world of peace. Like, I don't need action and adventure. That's a younger person thing. I just want to be a hobbit in a hole in the ground somewhere and just live a life simply. My only complaint about the series, other than it being way too short, I wish it went on forever, is that the ending felt a little bit rushed and weird. There is always another warring country, and they are making like false saviors, and there's like a bomb plot, and then they end up completely destroying this other country for using a character that she's only like interacted with for maybe like a chapter or two. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's where we're gonna go with this? Alright. That's my only gripe. Other than that, it's a very sweet story about, you know, finding your place in the world and maybe, you know, also accepting all of who you are. The god guy kind of comes in and is like, wow, you are the best savior that this world of mine has ever had. And she's like, I'm not a teenager. That's why. All 5 volumes are out. You can get them all now and binge it if that's what you want. If you've read this manga and like it, please comment down below and let me know so we can gush over our mutual fantasies of waking up one day and I'm at another world, to be able to live however we want to live. That is all the time that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoy the rest of the week, and I will see you next time. Bye!